Hi, good afternoon. Venkatesh. What about this? So we'll start the session now. The last session, I explained about the introduction to software testing. Into software testing. In this, what is software testing? What are the advantages of software testing? Then a difference among the error, defect, bug, and failure. Difference among the error, defect, bug, and failure. Okay. Then explain about the some of the major activities in software company, such as what is coding, what is testing, then defect reporting, debugging, then bug fixing. So coding, testing, defect reporting, debugging, bug fixing. These things. After that, I explain about the types of software testing, types of testing, software testing. So one is called manual testing. The second one is called automation testing. One is called manual testing, other one is called automation testing. So without using any automation tool, test engineer directly interact with application to verify actual behavior while performing operations is called manual testing. Without using any automation tool, test engineer directly interact with application to verify actual behavior while performing operations is called manual testing. Automation testing means automating human activities in order to validate the application is called automation testing. The second topic in software testing is introduction to software. Now, what are the topics we are going to cover here? First thing, if you software program. What is a software program in general? How we can define set of statements, logics, and related data to perform specific task in a system. So a set of statements, logics, and related data to perform a specific task in a system is called software program. Generally, developers are going to write the programs. It is right. General developers are going to write the programs. Now, if I go for the software, how we can define software then? If I go for the notepad, if I go for the notepad, we can say as a software. If I go for calculator, that is also a software, right? Now, like this number of programs, nothing but a software we are going to call. Set of instructions or programs to perform related activities in a system is called software. Set of instructions or programs to perform related activities in a system is called software. Is called software. Right. Now, if I go for example over here, calculator, notepad, calculator, notepad. If I go for the Zoom online meeting application, so also if I go for the Gmail, this all comes under software category. But here, based on development, software can be software can be categorized into two types. Based on development, software can be categorized into two types. They are first one is product based software. Second one we can say project based software. So what is the basic difference between these two? What is the basic difference between these two, product based to the project based? Whenever software developed based on generic or standard requirements of a particular industry or segment of people in the market, then those are called product-based software. So whenever software developed based on generic or standard requirements of a particular industry or segment of people in the market, then those are called product-based software. If I go for the example here, google.co.in is it is a product. If I go for the yahoomail.com, it is also a product. yahoomail.com, also a product. It is also a software I want to say. Then, if I go for the zoom.uk thing, online meeting application, it is also comes under product-based software. So, Venkatesh, అర్థమవుతుందమ్మా?
సార్ అర్థమవుతుంది సార్.
కానీ డౌట్ ఉంటే అడగండి, ఓకేనా?
ఓకే.
Project-based software. Next, project-based software. Whenever software developed based on particular organization or client requirements, so those are called project-based software. Those are called project-based software. Right. Now, example. If I go for the DURGASOFT.com, if I say, according to DURGASOFT report, that website is developed. Same way, HDFCBank.com. It is also based on the HDFC Bank requirements. It is developed. Based on HDFC Bank requirements, it is developed. If I go for the irctc.in, this is also based on the IRCTC company requirements developed. Okay. Now, difference among the client, difference among the client, end user, and company. Difference among the client, end user, and company. First one, client. So client can also called as customer or stakeholder. We are going to call client also called as customer or stakeholder. So generally here it can be an organization or individual person who will provide requirements, who will provide requirements to develop the software. It can be an organization or individual person who will provide the requirements to develop the software. Suppose DurgaSoft is the client who given the requirements to develop this website. HDFC Bank is the client who given the requirements to develop this website. Like, or who will buy the license to use software in their business. Who will buy the license to use software in their business. Also called a client it is. Suppose Zoom online meeting application is there. If you want to use this one, we have to buy the license or not. So DurgaSoft is going to buy the license. So here, the DurgaSoft is the client for this Zoom online, one of the client who given the requirements to develop the software. Right. Now end user. End user means the person who will use software in their business. So you and me becomes the end user for the Zoom online meeting because we are using the Zoom online meeting in our business. We are using Zoom online meeting in our business. We are the end users. We are the end users. Next one, company. Company means it is an organization. It is an organization where software will be developed. Where software will be developed. That is an organization where software will be developed. Right. Example, TCS, HCL. So Infosys, Microsoft, other different companies which we have. Okay. Now understand my here. Based on work, there are two types of companies in IT industry. They are first product-based company. Second one more service-based company. See, a product-based company and service-based company. Product-based company means the company which will focus on their own products to develop. The company which will focus on their own products to develop. Suppose tomorrow, for your business purpose, you need one software. You go to the TCS company, Microsoft, Google. Here, Google and Microsoft will not going to accept. So they say, said, sorry, we are busy with our own products to develop. Sorry, we are busy with our own products to develop this system. That is a product-based company. Example, so Microsoft, Google, Apple company, that comes under product-based companies. Now, service-based company. What is the service-based company? Company which will develop individual projects, for individual clients. The company which will develop individual projects for individual clients is called service-based company. Example, TCS, Infosys, Essential, Capgemini. This all comes under service-based companies. Okay, next. So generally, product-based company's job is going to be cool compared to the service-based company projects. Why? Because service-based company means one client given the project, the duration max is going to be so 18 months to 24 months. Once it is completed, then you are going to be on bench. You are going to be on bench it is, right? So until they assign another project to you, until they assign another project, right? If I go for Zoom company joined, Zoom is going to be evergreen, never going to end this project, right? Like that. Product based company, service based company. Now, when you go for the any company, different teams are going to work. Those teams to perform their activities, some setup is required. What is that setup? Nothing but a set of software and hardware configuration setup to perform related activities by a specific team in a company is called environment. Set of software and hardware configuration setup to perform related activities by a specific team in a company is called so environment. Now how that environment is going to be, let me show to you. Now see generally whichever systems you are going to work in a company, those we are going to call local systems are going to call, which are going to work. Those are called local systems. As a test engineer, one system will be given to you where you are going to work. Same way, other test engineer also. This is the local systems, which computer you are going to work. Now, so you need whichever project you are going to test, that project related documents. Suppose you are going to work for the ICICI bank, then what they are going to do here? So that project related documents, usually your test lead will publish that project related documents into the common repository. Common repository nothing but a high configuration system it is. This is the high configuration system. In this, he is going to create the one folder structure. In that folder structure, they are going to provide the some projects, documents, BRS, FRS, template like this. Okay, those project documents they are going to provide. So from there, we are going to take to do the review to understand the application functionalities like that. So this is what the so environment we are going to call one server which is connected to the local systems. So this is what the environment set of software and hardware configuration setup to perform related activities by a specific team specific team in an organization. So specific team in a company is called environment. Is called environment. Some software and hardware configuration setup to perform related activities by a specific team in an organization is called environment. Right. It's called environment. They are going to see. Now, question is like this. What are the different kind of environments are there for a project? So there are four types of environments for a project. First one, development environment. Second one is test environment. Third one is user acceptance test environment. Fourth one is production environment. So the different kind of environments are there for a project. Okay, development environment, test environment, user acceptance test environment. Now, Sima, this kind of development environment, which is also called as development environment, also called as user environment, also called as a producer environment. So, who is going to involve here? Okay, developers or programmers will involve. So, what are the activities generally they are going to? They go for coding, right? They do coding. After coding, they go for the unit testing, integration testing, then code debugging, bug fixing. So once we deliver the project to the client, if client send any change request, according to that, they go for the enhancement in the software. So the developers are going to do. Then once application is developed, that will be given to the test engineers. But test engineer not in the local systems. That is also installed, deployed in the server, and they give the temporary URL for us. We use that URL to go for the access the application to perform testing. To perform testing. That is the testing which we are going to do. Test environment where separate testing. This is also called as staging environment. where separate testing team means we are going to involve testing team will involve test the software as per the specifications, as per the client specifications. Okay. So same way, once our testing also completed, we ask the client to perform the testing. Client team or business users. Client team or business users will perform the testing it is. Client team or business users are going to perform the testing. What is the intention of their testing? Suppose you are going to buy a car. Before going to buy a car, we go for test drive or not? Why we go for test drive? Literally to check how comfort for you to ride that car, right? So this way, client also going to test the user acceptance to confirm application fit for use or not. Application fit for use or not. Now production environment, which is also called as live environment, where end user will use software. Suppose Zoom online meeting, which is in live environment. Okay, the other different kind of environments are there. Next one, types of software. Generally, we have the based on the uses. Based on uses, what purpose we are going to use. The software can be categorized into three types. One is called system software. Second one is programming software. Third one is application software. So three kind of software: program system software, programming software, application software. వెంకటేష్ అర్థమవుతుందమ్మా? సిస్టమ్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అంటే జనరల్గా the software which we are going to use for your computer purpose. So, which are used to provide interface or data communication. Which are used to provide interface or data communication among the system components. Among the system components. So, which are used to provide interface or data communication among the system component, like OS operating system, like my operating system, so device drivers, sound drives, those things comes as system software. Programming software means software which will be used to develop another software. Suppose example, Eclipse IDE is there, which is used for what purpose? To write Java programs, right? To write the Java programs, right? Similar here, PyCharm IDE, which is used to write Python programs, which are used to write the Python programs. Okay, now this also software here, but it is not used to do any transaction by ourselves. So Eclipse, PyCharm, these are comes under programming software. Coming to the application software, which are used to perform particular business transactions in a system. To perform particular business transactions in a system. One second. So, which are used to perform particular business transactions in a system as application software. So, example, interview, may go for banking, telecom, e-commerce, e-commerce, so healthcare, which are projects we are going to use to do business transactions, those we are going to call application software. In general, application software consists front end, which is used to manipulate data into backend. The application software consists of front end, which is used to manipulate data into backend. Right. So here we have the different kind of software. Suppose here application software means like this. This is the front end where user can do some operations. This is called back end where end user can perform the some transactions. Okay, end user can perform some transactions. And here it is going to back end nothing but database where business information is going to be stored in the form of records. This is the front end where user can interact with the application. That's the reason we are going to call graphical user interface, or in simple user interface also we are going to call. User interface also we say it is. Right. Okay. Now, among these three, if you observe that application software, system software like this, which one we go for testing means we do so application software, the front end which we have to test. They use any technology, doesn't matter. Without having this technology knowledge, we can able to test what purpose this software is developed. If you know, we can able to test it is. We can able to test it is. That is the so application we are going to learn in this course application software testing, right? That is the technology independent. Any technology that it doesn't matter for us. We can able to test it is software testing is the technology independent. Any software we can go for testing it is. Right. Now, next topic is what are the things we discuss? What is software testing? So introduction to software testing. Second one is so introduction to software. Now, how this software application is going to be developed? That is software, or we can say system development life cycle. Software or system development life cycle called SDLC. We are going to call software development life cycle. It describes development process of software project or product to fulfill the client requirements. To fulfill the client requirements within the specified cost and time. That is software development life cycle. It describes development process of software project or product to fulfill the client requirements within a specified cost and time. Now, various phases involved in the software development life cycle. What are the phases involved? వెంకటేష్ అర్థమవుతుంది కదా? కొంచెం స్పీడ్ వెళ్తున్నానా?
లేదు సార్
అర్థమవుతుంది కదా?
సార్
Following are the phases involved in steps. మీరు ఏం చేస్తే అంతకుముందు వెంకటేష్?
ఐటీ సార్. నేను నాన్ ఐటీ.
అదే ఏ ఫీల్డ్ లో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు?
సార్ నేను మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ సిమెంట్ ప్లాంట్ లో వర్క్ చేశాను.
సిమెంటా? ఏం కంపెనీ అది?
పెన్నా సిమెంట్ సార్.
ఇప్పుడు ఇది టెస్టింగ్ సైడ్ రావాలని ఎవరు చెప్పారు మీకు?
బ్రదర్ లో చెప్పారు సార్.
ఎక్కడ వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు అతను?
సార్ మా బ్రదర్ లోనా సార్? జేపీ మోర్గన్ లో పనిచేస్తారు, హెడ్ ఆఫీస్ లో.
సాఫ్ట్వేర్ సైడ్ ఉన్నాడా?
అవును సార్. అవును సార్.
ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు చెప్తా చూడండి, ఎందుకు మీకు ఈ డిస్కషన్ వచ్చి ఉంటుంది అంటే ప్రాక్టికల్ గా ఇప్పుడు ఉన్న దాంట్లో బెటర్ కావాలి, ఐటీ సైడ్ పోవాలి అని మీరు అడుగుంటే ఈ మే సజెస్టెడ్ టు బెటర్ గో ఫర్ ద సాఫ్ట్వేర్ టెస్టింగ్ అని చెప్తుంటాడు జనరల్ గా. అది అందులో మీరు ఆయన సజెస్ట్ చేసి ఎందుకు సజెస్ట్ చేశాడు అంటే, ఇప్పుడు మీ కంపెనీలో నువ్వు ఏదైనా మీ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కంపెనీలో నువ్వు ప్రోడక్ట్ ఏదైనా సాఫ్ట్వేర్ వాడుతూ ఉంటారు కదా, మీ కంపెనీ మీరు వర్క్ చేసిన దగ్గర నేను అడిగేది. అప్పుడు వర్క్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఎట్లా ఏదో ఒక అప్లికేషన్ అంటే మనం
మాది సాప్ సార్.
ఇట్లా ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ ఉంటుంది, దాన్ని యూజ్ చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటారు. ఇక్కడ టెస్టింగ్ అంటే ఏం లేదు, మనము ఈ పేజ్ లెవెల్లో ఏవైతే కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయో ఈ కాంపోనెంట్ టెస్ట్ చేయగలగాలి. దాన్ని టెస్టింగ్ అంటారు, సాఫ్ట్వేర్ టెస్ట్. మనకి ఇది కోడ్ ఉంటుంది, ఈ కోడ్ లెవెల్లో వేరే వాళ్ళు టెస్ట్ చేస్తారు, టెస్ట్ కాకుండా. పేజ్ సోర్స్ ఇది కోడ్, ఈ కోడ్ మనం టెస్ట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు, మనకి ఇచ్చేదంతా ఈ పేజ్ లెవెల్లో ఇస్తారు. ఇక్కడ మనం టెస్ట్ చేయాలి, ఇక్కడ ఈ లింక్స్ వర్క్ అవుతున్నాయా లేదా, ఈ ఇమేజ్ కరెక్ట్గా ఉందా లేదా, లోగో కరెక్ట్గా ఉందో లేదా, అలైన్మెంట్ కరెక్ట్గా ఉన్నాయా లేదా. ఇప్పుడు రిజిస్టర్ ఫామ్కి వెళ్ళాము, ఇక్కడ మ్యాండేటరీ ఫీల్డ్స్ ఎంటర్ చేయకపోతే ఇది ఎర్రర్ చూపిస్తుందా లేదా. ఇట్లా మనం టెస్ట్ చేసుకుంటూ వస్తాం. దీనికి టెక్నాలజీ అవసరం లేదు, కాకపోతే మన కోర్సులో మనం మాన్యువల్ టెస్టింగ్, ఆటోమేషన్ టెస్టింగ్ 2 మాడ్యూల్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఈ మాన్యువల్ టెస్టింగ్ లో మనకి అసలు కోడింగ్ నాలెడ్జ్ అవసరం లేదు. ఆటోమేషన్ టెస్టింగ్ వచ్చేలేకి వీ నీడ్ సమ్ కోడింగ్ నాలెడ్జ్, జావా కావాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఆ జావా అనేది మనం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాం, இந்த క్లాస్లోనే ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాం. మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకుని సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కూడా ఎలా డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోవాలి, ఎలా ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకోవాలి మీ సిస్టంలో మొత్తం నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ప్రాక్టీస్, ఇట్ ఈస్ అంతే. సో కష్టమేం లేదు, కానీ యూ హ్యావ్ టు స్పెండ్ సమ్ టైమ్. సో అట్లీస్ట్ మీరు ఒక మాన్యువల్ టెస్టింగ్ అంటే ఒక 30 minutes నోట్స్ రీడ్ చేసే దానికోసం. నోట్స్ కూడా ఎలా పంపిస్తామంటే, సో రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ తర్వాత నేను వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్లో క్రియేట్ చేసి అందరికీ డైలీ ఏ టాపిక్ అయితే ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను, ఆ టాపిక్ రిలేటెడ్ నోట్స్ అనేది మీకు వాట్సాప్లో సెండ్ చేస్తాను. రికార్డింగ్ సెషన్స్ అనేది లింక్ వాళ్ళు ఇస్తారు, డ్రైవ్ లింక్ వాళ్ళు ఇస్తారు మేనేజర్. ఒకవేళ అర్థం కాక ఒకసారి వినాలనుకుంటే అది వినొచ్చు, అది కూడా ఉంటుంది రికార్డింగ్ సెషన్స్. ఓకే. ఇక్కడ మనకి ఇంకా ఇద్దరు ఆల్రెడీ ఫీజ్ పే చేస్తే ఈరోజు సండే అని రాలేదు క్లాస్కి. మండే ఒక మొత్తం మీద ఒక 6 మెంబర్స్ 7 మెంబర్స్ ఉంటారు బ్యాచ్ లో, మనకి 3:30 బ్యాచ్. ఓకే. అది యాక్చువల్గా అది హార్డ్ టైం అయింది 3:30 అనేది. ఇంకా వేరే వాళ్ళ కమిట్మెంట్ వాళ్ళు తీసుకోవాల్సి వచ్చింది క్లాస్ ఈ టైంలో. 3:30 తీసుకోవాల్సి క్లాస్. ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు ఈ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్లో ఏం డిస్కస్ చేస్తామంటే ఇక్కడ ఈ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అనేది హౌ దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డెవలప్ ద సాఫ్ట్వేర్. సార్ వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ హౌ దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ డెవలప్ ద సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అంటే, సో ఒక ప్రాసెస్ అనేది ఫాలో అవుతారు కదా, అదే ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తుంది ఇక్కడ. సాఫ్ట్వేర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్ డిస్క్రైబ్స్ ద development process of software project or product to fulfill the client requirements within the specified cost and time. Within the specified cost and time. కదా. సో క్వాలిటీ ప్రోడక్ట్ అంటేనే ఆల్ ఏవైతే రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయో క్లయింట్కి అవన్నీ డెవలప్ చేయాలి. ద ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ షుడ్ బి టేకెన్ విత్ ఇన్ ద స్పెసిఫైడ్ కాస్ట్ అండ్ టైమ్. ఓకే. ఏముంటాయి ఇక్కడ వేరియస్ ఫేసెస్. మనకి ఇంటర్వ్యూలో ఇది వన్ ఆఫ్ ద కామన్ ఆస్క్డ్ క్వశ్చన్, వాట్ ఈస్ ఎస్డిఎల్సి. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు సే దట్ ఇట్ డిస్క్రైబ్ ద డెవలప్మెంట్ ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఆర్ ప్రోడక్ట్ టు ఫుల్ఫిల్ ద క్లయింట్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ విత్ ఇన్ ద స్పెసిఫైడ్ కాస్ట్ అండ్ టైమ్. రైట్. ఫస్ట్ ఫేజ్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ కలెక్షన్ ఏంది ఇక్కడ. సో జనరల్గా ఇన్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కంపెనీ బిజినెస్ అనలిస్ట్ అనే అతను హూ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు కలెక్ట్ ద రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్, ఎవరు రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ హియర్. సో రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ business analyst. So collect the business requirements with an interaction of the collect చేసిన రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ ని బిఆర్ఎస్ అని, లేదంటే యుఆర్ఎస్ అని, లేదంటే సిఆర్ఎస్ and business requirement specifications or user requirement specifications or client requirement specifications. Okay. So responsible, who is responsible here? So business analyst who will going to collect the requirements with an interaction of the client. The collected requirements will be documented as business requirement specifications or user requirement specifications or client requirement specifications or client requirement specifications. So after this requirements are collected, they do feasibility study. What is the purpose means? To confirm project is acceptable or not. So because whichever requirements are given by the client, as per those requirements, technically we can accept or not. The requirements, technical possibilities, where they have to check. That is the requirements collection. So after the requirement, they go feasibility study. Whatever requirements are given by the technically achievable or not. So what is the budget? What is the cost it is? They are going to analyze. Then they are going to work on the project. Then we have the requirements analysis. ఇక్కడ system analyst, who is the responsible system analyst. And yes, he will go to review the requirement documents which are described in the BRS. Based on that, he is going to prepare the detailed detailed information. So the output is going to be FRS, functional requirement specification, or SRS, system requirement specifications also are going to call the output of this phase. So this FRS document describes a detailed functionality of the each component, which are, suppose you have the registration form. So what are the components are required? What are the components are required? How the transaction flow will be? If we give the valid data, how it has to respond? If we give the invalid data, how it has to respond? Such a way it will be describes detailed way it is. Okay. Requirements analysis. After this requirements analysis completed, there is a design phase. Here, technical architect. First, what they are going to do, they will go on to study the requirements and they decide to fulfill this all the requirements. To fulfill this all the requirements, what type of architecture required to develop the software? Can we go for the Windows based application or web based application? Can we go for the Windows based application or web based application to fulfill the client requirements? So based on the architecture, they decide what type of programming or scripting language we have to use to develop the software. To develop the software. So then he is going to prepare the some documents here. One is called graphical user interface design document. The dummy screens are going to prepare first. So for registration, how that screen should be. Those are nothing but prototypes are going to call prototypes, a sample application without functionality. So suppose you want to construct the building. When you ask the civil engineer, first is going to give some image or not. Same way it is. So what is the image means it will give some better idea to you how they are planning to develop the software. Next one, database design document. To maintain the business information, to maintain the business information, uh, what type of database structure required? In the database, how many tables should be there? What is the relation among those tables? These things are going to be described in database design document. So about database structure, it describes like this. How many tables are required? What is the relation among those tables? This kind of information will be there. After this database design, we have the application design document. Application design document. The application design document consists of two types of documents. One is called high level design document, HLD. Other one is called LLD, low level design document. High level design document describes that so number of modules required in a project. Number of modules required in a project. What is the relation among the modules? Suppose if I go for the one hospital related management project, how many modules are there? So what is the relation among those modules? That kind of information described. Low level design document describe the every module there will be individual low level design document. This low level design document describe the internal logic of the each module. Internal logic of the each module. After this, they go for the coding. So who is responsible? Developers. So they do coding here in our develop the application. After coding, there is a testing. But initially, after coding is completed, computer programs are available. So where initially developers will perform the some kind of testing or unit testing and integration testing where they are going to perform. After that, separate testing team, we are going to involve here. We do the system testing. Then client also will do the last user acceptance test. Then we have the deployment and maintenance. Deployment and maintenance. 1 second. 1 second, I'll come back. the deployment and maintenance. So నోట్స్ వేరే నోట్స్ పంపిస్తాను మీకు వెంకటేష్, డీటెయిల్గా రాస్తుంటుంది వెరిఫై, నేను ఏమైతే ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తానో అవన్నీ డాక్యుమెంటేషన్ రాసి పంపిస్తాను మీకు తర్వాత. So deployment means once system testing and user acceptance testing also completed. Once system testing and user acceptance is completed, if client is satisfied, with our product, then we are going to deliver the software to the customer to use at his work environment. To use software at his work environment. That is called deployment. But while using software, client may identify some defects, or he may need some changes in the application. Then he will send the change request to the company. Based on that, our company will work on the change request. Then we deliver the modified version to the customer. Like this. So these are the activities where they are going to perform. So these are the software developing life cycle. And tomorrow, once again, the software developing life cycle explain చేస్తాను. ఓకే, సో ఒకసారి రీడ్ తర్వాత నోట్స్ పంపిస్తాను మీకు, ఒకసారి రీడ్ చేయండి. ఎనీ డౌట్స్ ఉంటే నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను తర్వాత.